My name is Josh Randall. I'm president of the Miss America organization, and we're so pleased with our new Miss America. The 97th anniversary telecast certainly did not disappoint. A big history tonight for Miss North Dakota, a big history for Atlantic City. We're very excited. We're going to bring out our celebrity judges, but just a moment that I want to take that you might have noticed in our telecast, we focused a lot on scholarship and our scholarship program. BestColleges.org recently ranked the Miss America organization and foundation as the #1 scholarship provider for young women in the entire nation, ahead of the Gates Foundation. Thank you. That's ahead of the Gates Foundation, Coca-Cola, the United Negro College Fund, some very benevolent, incredible organizations. But our scholarships are all for young women, regardless of whether they win a crown at the local, state, or national level. And since 1945, scholarship has been at the forefront of what we do. Forbes recently reported, according to the New York Federal Reserve's second quarter data for 2017, that right now there are roughly 44 million Americans who have a combined total of $1.34 trillion in student debt. It's a national epidemic. But what's great about the Miss America organization is the young women who competed on that stage tonight, the scholarships dollars that they earned can be used to pay down student debt, which is a huge asset, a huge asset. And so we at the Miss America organization and foundation are proud to be playing our part in helping young women pursue an education debt-free. Without further ado, I'd like to invite our Executive Chairman and CEO, Mr. Sam Haskell, out to introduce again our celebrity judges. Sam.
Hello, everybody. We're so excited about our new Miss America. North Dakota will be running down the main street of every little town in the state. They're going to be so excited. North Dakota has never had a Miss America, has never had a top 5, has never had a top 10. This is pretty remarkable. And we want to honor our celebrity judges, and I'm going to have them come out first. Miss America 2014, Nina Davalori. Maria Menounos, Jess Cagle, Jordan Sparks, Thomas Rhett, Molly Sims, and Tara Lipinski. Now we're going to do something a little different before we bring Cara out. I'd like to ask each of them, beginning with Nina, to come to the microphone and just give you an impression of judging the 97th anniversary Miss America.
No pressure.
Oh my goodness, I was more stressed tonight than the night I won. It was so incredibly hard when you have such a talented group of young women, and I just remember, I think Maria looked back and she just said, "This is so hard," and all of our faces were in such agreement because it really was. But we are so excited with our new Miss America, and I can't wait for everyone to meet her and fall in love with her just like we did.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. We are very excited about the new Miss America. Yes, it was a very difficult decision because all of the women that competed were dynamic and scholarly and service-minded and oriented. And so for us, yeah, we were looking at each other the entire time like, this is so hard. What do we do? And it really can be anyone at any time because my favorite might not be Nina's favorite and Thomas's favorite, and so you just never know, which is why I always say there can only be one, but we can all win at life. So there we go.
Well, when I was first asked to judge Miss America, I thought, that's hilarious. And then, as I learned more about the organization and you get into the process, you realize, A, you're about to change a person's life forever. And also, what these women represent is something really good, and you want them to have a great platform. You want them to be passionate about what they're talking about. You want them to have the will to change people's lives, because we are handing them this tremendous platform. And the great thing about all of these women this year is they really did want to make a difference, whether it had to do with diversity or whether it had to do with arts education. They were really sincere and they were really great. I wish that they all could have won, honestly, because there was not a single person that you thought was not there for the right reason. But I'm glad I'm very happy with Miss North Dakota, now Miss America.
Thank you, Jess. Jordan?
Hello. Same thing, actually. When they asked me to judge, I was like, that's hilarious. I get to be on the other side of the judging panel. And it was interesting because at first I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to sit in that seat. It's so nerve-wracking to be on the other side and be judged, but it was fun because I know the pressure that they felt. I know the feeling of trying to overanalyze my lyrics or what I wanted to say for a question. But it was really amazing to watch the girls. You really felt every single one of their spirits, how passionate they were about their individual platforms, but also, they love what they do for their talent. They love what they did up on that stage, and they were enjoying themselves, which in turn made all of us enjoy it, and it made it so much fun to be able to go, okay, well, we can score them, we'll be happy with any of them. But Miss North Dakota, she has such a special spirit, and to be able to be a part of this awesome panel that got to choose her to be Miss America has been just so amazing, and I'm so happy for her. Her life is going to change. We saw Savvy earlier today, and she helped us with a part of the process, letting us know what her year was like. And as she's describing her last year, I was like, I totally understand that. I get it. I still have 3 suitcases that aren't fully unpacked at my house. So hopefully for them, this isn't only for Miss North Dakota and now Miss America, it's not only just this next year, but for the rest of her life, she might have a few bags that stay unpacked. So thank you guys for being here.
Thank you, Jordan. Thomas?
Hi, I'm going to second what Jordan said about being an artist and constantly being on the other side of being judged. That was a very different perspective for me. It was an honor to do it. And I think most of the things I was thinking about today, I became a dad this year of two little girls, and was thinking about, what kind of person would I want my daughters to look up to, who's authentic, who was real to me, and that's kind of what I was looking for with Miss America, and super proud for Miss North Dakota. That's amazing. Congratulations. Thank you guys for the opportunity to let me do this. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. I have to second, third it. I mean, it was an amazing experience. When Sam talked to us this morning and he really laid out, the history and what it entails and what they're looking for to find Miss America. And I think North Dakota, she was the triple threat. She's charismatic, she's beautiful, she's intelligent, she's empathetic. And I think one thing that really got me, during her interview, she went to her guidance counselor when she was trying to look at colleges, and she said, oh, I'd like to, go to an Ivy League school, and her guidance counselor told her, you're never going to an Ivy League school. And she was like, okay, well, watch me. And she went to Brown University, and I think, I was like, that girl had me, right in the beginning, and it kind of stuck with me. And I think all the judges, I think she's special, and I think there is an immense amount of pressure on these women, but to represent Miss America and really do what it entails. And I mean, when Savvy was telling us about the day, you're like, we've got a job to do. And I have to say, it was really special and amazing. And I kept thinking about my little girl as well, all the things I would want her to be and do, and I'm so happy to be a part of it, and I think North Dakota, she rules.
Well, it's funny when I don't know if it's me. When I first was asked to do this, I thought, oh, competition, I got this, it's going to be easy. And then sitting out there, I was terrified because all of these young women were coming onto the stage and just shining through, and it was very difficult. But I would say the greatest thing about competition, under all those nerves and all that pressure, there's always one that just sort of steps into that spotlight and shines that much brighter and just feels like a natural. And that's what I saw tonight from the very start through her talent competition, which, I mean, it captured my heart, so I'm sure it did everyone else's. And then, you know, she's just so poised, and like Molly said, we watched her interview, and it blew me away earlier today, so I was excited to see that she actually came out and did everything she was supposed to.
I have to thank you, 7 wonderful people, because now we have 7 new ambassadors for why this is a great program. So let's meet the woman of the hour. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss America 2018, Cara Mund.
Thank you, Sam. I am so honored to be your new Miss America, and this just feels like the dream came true. So I attended Brown University, and I was supposed to go to law school last fall. And while I was in the process, I knew that I had one last year to be Miss North Dakota, and it was something I had always dreamed of. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to go for it. And so I ended up running. This was my 4th time competing for Miss North Dakota, and I'd always been told that a Miss North Dakota, you know, has never been a Miss America. You know, just see what you do. So I ended up going to Miss North Dakota. I won every phase of competition, and I said, I'm ready for Miss America now. And so I ended up deferring Notre Dame Law School, and then I have a few others along in the process. But I do need to start by just thanking our sponsors, and then I'll go ahead and start with questions. But I want to thank the Casino Reinvestment Development Authority, the Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. I'm looking so forward to working with you this year. Sherry Hill for providing all of the gowns and being a clothing sponsor of the Miss America organization. It's a 10 hair care. They're going to help keep my hair looking fabulous all year long. Dosh, American Gem Company, Eco Tools, Atlanticare, Passion Roses, the Miss America Foundation, and Dick Clark Productions. I also have a few family members that this journey wouldn't be possible without them. So I want to thank my mom and dad. I don't know where they are right now. Oh, hi. Yes. So I had always dreamed of being Miss America, and there were so many people along the way that told me that I couldn't do it, and they'd always pushed me, and they always made sure that, you know, although I may not have been Miss North Dakota, I was still their Miss America, and that just helped me push for the dream one step further. I also have my aunts and my cousins who came all the way from North Dakota. My very first dance teacher, Stacy Thomas, a former Miss North Dakota, who kind of paved the way and just showed the remarkable women that are in this organization. I also have a professor from Brown University that came all the way here just to make sure from teaching her courses. And so it just shows the impact of education in this organization as well. I also want to thank Meredith and Matt Boyd for making sure that I looked fabulous all competition. And they helped make me have that look that I had at that very end. I had friends from college that came here. I had an outstanding Miss North Dakota board, and I can't believe it. This is, like I said, the very first time this has ever happened, and it just proves that it doesn't matter where you come from. If you have the Miss America spirit, you can do it. You can become it. And then I also just want to thank my sisters in the class of 2018. We all sat there and we talked about it, and any one of us could have been the next Miss America. And I know it might sound very cliche, but it's true. We represent the best of each of our states. We're each servants to the community, advocates for change, and scholars. And I can't thank them enough for being, so supportive along the way. And there's so many pieces of each of them that I want to take with me along in my journey as Miss America. So I will go ahead now. If there's any questions? Yes.
Well, that's a good question. So I really wanted to make sure that I answered the question. I think that was something that I've watched the pageants before, and I was like, if you're going to get asked a question, you should have an answer for it. And so I wasn't necessarily afraid if my opinion wasn't the opinion of my judges. I had an outstanding judges panel for both panels, and I can't thank them enough. But I knew that if I could back my opinion, and Miss America needs to have an opinion, and she needs to know what's up with what's happening in the current climate. And so that was kind of my thought process, and I just want to stay calm along the way as well. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Yes. I'm sorry, can you say it again? Oh, yes. Well, my motto would have to be, you can't control the cards you're dealt, but you can control how you play the hand. And I just realized through my impact with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, working with Children's Miracle Network, we can't always control what's happening to us, but we can control how we react. So that would have to be my motto. Any other? Yes.
So who do you think is more famous?
That's a great question. So I actually went to high school with Carson Wentz, and so he had a game today, and I kept saying, okay, if Carson Wentz can do it, Miss North Dakota, Cara Mund can become Miss America. So, I don't know. Yes.
You took a pretty bold stand today saying the President of the United States made a bad decision. Are you concerned that you may have started your reign as Miss America, starting a Twitter war with this?
No, not necessarily, because I do think that he is our president. We do need to support him, and although I may not agree with all of his opinions, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to support our president. Yes.
Now that you are crowned Miss America 2018, what are your goals going to be moving forward?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, for me, there were so many Miss Americas along the way who inspired me to achieve my dreams, whether it was going to an Ivy League school, whether it was starting my own charity event. And so my big thing is I want to be that inspiration and that role model. I want little girls from all over the United States to know, because she did it, she went to that Ivy League school, she came from North Dakota and became the first Miss America, I can do it too. And so that's what I'm hoping for.
Last question.
Yes. Oh. That's okay. That's okay. Well, I can just close by just thanking you all for believing in the power of this organization. We have such outstanding women, and it's just a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, now we're going to have the official presentation of the roses. We have all of our CMN kids with us today. And Landon the intern and Lynn Widener, our board chair, please come on out. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, guys. And now I think we've got to get some photo ops with the roses, and you'll direct her